Hello, good morning, guys. It's Abby with Amelia James by Abby, and I'm so excited to get started on this 25-day organizational workshop with you guys. So, I have been thinking about this concept for several months now, but I knew that I should wait and start it at the beginning of the year because I don't know about you, but I'm walking the halls at Target, or the aisles, I guess, at Target, and I'm seeing all the shiny bins and the new organizational things, and it's screaming at me, it's calling at me, and I just want to say, like, we don't need you. We don't need all that. We can do this organizational thing by ourselves. And then, maybe at the end we can go to Target and check out all those new bins and such. So, if you are just joining me for the first time, my name is Abby Walker, and I am an independent representative with Amelia James. And we sell women's clothing, all kinds of fun boutique items, and I work really hard to create a community in my group of women who encourage each other and share our gifts and talents with each other. And it's not just all about shopping. So thank you for joining me today. This is day one of our organizational challenge, and this is, I'm going to give you a couple of tasks for today, but I'm also, the main point of this is just to kind of give you a little bit of background on what we're doing and how we're doing it, and then get you kind of in the right mental space and kind of know where we're going to be going for the next 25 days. So, let's see. A few years ago, before our family moved, I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, and it really did change a lot of things for me. I've always been an organizer as an adult, and then having kids, and we were foster parents for a few years, and I was constantly feeling like we were drowning, mainly in kids stuff, but also in just stuff in our home. And so when we were ready to move, we had 3 kids, 2 and under, and I knew that I needed to really clean our house and get it organized before we move, because I didn't want to move all this crap, basically. And so I did the KonMari process mainly before we moved, but then I also I did my clothes and that kind of stuff after we moved as well. Again, I kind of did it for a second time. And I'm happy to say that since then, my home has felt much more calm and organized, and pretty much all of the systems that I put into place since then are still in place. I would say that it's been successful. However, just life and kids and all that kind of stuff, I found a couple of areas, mainly my closet, needing a little bit of freshening up, and I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to kind of walk you guys through that with me, because I know that I am not the only one who walks into my closet in the morning just like, oh my gosh. So, I put together this workshop for you guys, and this is my very first time ever doing something like this, and I'm like, guys, I'm not one of those YouTube people. I'm not really super comfortable behind the video, but if you'll just give me a little bit of grace and forgive me for not really knowing what I'm doing, then hopefully we can make this work together. So, my goal for this workshop is to give you an opportunity to go through 3 of your most used and often cluttered areas of a woman's life. So your closet, your dresser, and your vanity. And we're going to have the intent of purging unneeded and unnecessary items while organizing what's left to make the most use of space. So I know that we often feel like we need more space, but what if it's really that we need less stuff, And I think that changing our mindset on that it's not that we need more space, but it's that we need less stuff, can really go a long ways in our happiness and our contentedness. So I'm also hoping that this workshop I know that I'm going to walk you through step by step what you need to do to start this year on with a fresh look at what you already own. And I'm also going to give you the permission that sometimes you might feel you need to let go of items that are cluttering up your space. And this workshop is not going to encourage you to keep clutter. I'm not going to encourage you to do that. And I'm also not going to give you an excuse to spend more money on unnecessary organizational tools. Target. I'm all about doing things on a budget, working with what you've got, and making the most use of what you currently have in the space that you have. Okay, so we are going to start this workshop with our closet. It's kind of the big beast of the three things, closet, dresser, and vanity. And I think it is empowering when you kind of tackle that first, the biggest thing first. And but it's also going to teach you the best, kind of get you in the hang of the whole system and that kind of thing. So your tasks for today are to, one, turn on all the lights in your closet or get it as well lit as you possibly can so that you can take a really good look at what you have. Make sure that you kind of pull your clothes in from the corner so that you can see all the things you have. Maybe poke around on the floor underneath the stuff to see what has fallen off the hanger, what's kind of gotten lost and forgotten, and really take a good stock of what is in your closet. Next, make a list of what is working and what is not, and then what at the end, like what your goals are for your space. So, maybe like you have, maybe what's working for you is the way you have things hung up, where your dresses are and then where your tops are and your bottoms are, like that is working beautifully. But maybe what's not working is that you don't have a good system in place for your shoes. So figure out what your goals are for your space, and that's going to be different for everyone. And next, think of a couple of words that you would like to describe how your closet feels when you walk in. So for me, what comes to mind is I want my space, particularly my closet, to feel bright, clean, and comfortable. When I walk into my closet, like I don't want to kind of like, oh, maybe I should go get some leggings out of the dresser. Like I want to look at my clothes that are hanging up and know that no matter what I'm wearing, or what I pick from what's hanging up, that I'm going to be comfortable and able to chase after my kids all day long. So pick a couple of words that you want to describe your space and keep those words in mind as you're going through the process of putting things back into your closet after we've done the cleaning out. And it may be that if you have the resources and the time, maybe you need to slap a fresh coat of paint in your closet, or maybe you just need to change out the light bulbs to make it a little bit brighter. Maybe you just need to wipe down the shelves in there. There are different things you can do that can make a big impact on your space without a lot of time or money. So let's see, you've selected a couple of words, and then that's really the only tasks I have for you today. But I do want to go ahead and explain kind of where we're going next, so that tomorrow or when you're ready to take the next step, you're not just like, oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this. So I'm going to explain to you kind of the process. What I'm telling you and what I do, it is based off of the Marie Kondo, off of her method. But this is not the KonMari method. If you are really interested in doing the legit, decluttering process with her, then I highly suggest you read her book. And if you're local in the Lake City area, I'm really happy to lend you my books. I have both. She has two of them. So this is kind of like the Abby Walker spin on the KonMari method, and just like what I do that works for me. And keep in mind, I'm not an expert, okay? I just really like organizing things, and this is what has worked for me. And I have been able to keep up with this method for the past 18 months or so. And, but, you do you. You don't have to do everything I say step by step, exactly. Listen to what I say and then implement it in a way that works for you in your life. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. The goal here is just progress, not perfection.